Welcome Libra and Libra cross watchers to your singles and new love reading. So we're going to get where you are, where you're headed, and then from another deck it's going to be the next love interest for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Libra, I actually feel like, the situation may be flipped. This is a general read, but I feel like someone may have walked away from you. And it's almost like you may have wanted them, obviously for a time, but the fact that they're walking away from you for the reason that they're doing it, it makes it a lot easier to watch them walk away. You know what I mean? It's like it shows you something about who they are and what they're kind of capable of and what they're strong enough for. The fact that they're walking away for this specific reason, it's almost like instead of watching them forlornly as they go away, I feel like you're watching them long enough to make sure they actually leave. Oh. Realize, sorry. Where's Libra headed? Oh, okay. Libra, I feel like this person feels like you're going to be shining a light on something when it comes to this person, and I'm kind of seeing that they're going to be coming in with an apology. And I feel like it's too late. By the time they come back around, it's definitely way too late. I feel like it's almost this energy of like you've aged, that maybe not this person, but that you have. And it's like whatever may have drawn you to them, whatever you were attracted to about them, it's too late. Way too late. And I feel like you're looking at them like it took you this long to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like it should have just been a given. You should have just known that whatever, hold on. It's almost like it's ludicrous that this person, like from where I'm sitting as a reader, it feels ludicrous to me, but I feel like to you, because you're in that type of a different type of energy when they come back around, I feel like you're looking at it like, no. You know what I mean? It's not ludicrous. It's not, it doesn't make you angry. It doesn't make you anything. It's just, no. I feel like this person could kind of come running back up to you. Let's say, for example, flowers and candy and, wine in hand and all that sort of stuff. And you would just walk right past them. They did, whatever they did too much. And it has definitely soured you against them, for sure. And I feel like the fact that they come back around makes it even worse. So, I think we're going to pull one more card for you on this Hermit here. We get one. Whoops. So two more. We have the High Priestess with the Three of Wands. Someone told you this was going to happen. And it's kind of like I feel like whatever happened here, it took a lot longer than this person may have expected or may have predicted. But it feels a little bit like this all happening makes you feel like you kind of have to eat craw or eat crow because you lost. And I feel like whoever this person is that kind of warned you ahead of time or told you about it, I don't feel like this person, it's kind of the energy of like they were hoping that it wouldn't happen. They were hoping that they were wrong, but they knew, like balls to bone, that they were right. They knew that that was going to happen. And I feel more that it's like part of them is resisting coming in to kind of offer some compassion and some, support here, more because they feel like coming in right now would make you feel like they're rubbing your nose in it, and that's not their intent. I feel like this person doesn't have any hard feelings towards you. It's like, if anything, they know exactly what you're going through. And I feel like to a certain extent it's this energy of like their heart is kind of aching for you, like it's breaking for what's happening with you. Um, but I feel like this person is really only going to step in if they see that what's happened here is makes it somehow impossible for you to be restored to yourself before all of this happened, right? Like if the effect of this situation has a permanent, lasting impact on you as a person, maybe not even on your life, but on you as a person, I feel like this person won't be coming in unless they feel they absolutely have to. More because they feel that coming in and saying anything will make you feel defeated, and they don't want, like, that's not what their presence is there for. So unless they feel that the benefits can outweigh the impact of them coming in to support you, they won't be. So I was just about to say the next love interest for Libra Sun. We have the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and this card fell on the floor. It is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So enter expletive here. I really do try not to swear on this channel, so anymore anyway. With this Queen of Pentacles reversed, I mean, I feel like there's somebody here, they seem very scattered, very, I don't know how to say this. Maybe scattered is the wrong word. It feels like the type of person that has every intention of doing well, but it's almost like a scatterbrained kind of squirrel energy. It makes you not be open to them because there's too much energy coming off of them. And it's not even negative energy, it's just too much. I feel like this person does genuinely want to help you. And I feel like whoever this high priestess is that kind of predicted this other thing falling apart, they know that this person would actually be really good for you if you were in a different headspace. If you weren't in this kind of somber, done with everyone and all of their, kind of problems sort of energy. Let's have a look at this. It feels like while you're distracted by this person, somebody else is going to be, like while you're distracted with this situation, someone else is going to be taking something from you. I feel like you're going to get somehow screwed over, like maybe in a business career sense. And it's almost like your reaction to that is like, yeah, that sounds about right. Because you're in this energy of like, oh, just feeling like maybe this was just like, you know how they say like, oh, God, the universe, the higher power never gives you more than you can handle. Me personally, I'm not so sure that's true all the time. Sometimes it is too much. And that, of course, isn't an encouragement to, stop trying. Okay, let me be clear about that. But I feel like to act like, whatever life throws at you, it's never too much is a bit naive at best, dangerous at worst, because when you're going through a really tough time and it is frickin' well too much, sometimes that can make people feel like, well, why can't I come out of this? Like almost this feeling like they should be stronger, they should be tougher, they should be this, they should be that. And I feel like there's this message here to maybe acknowledge that actually what came at you was too much. It was a bit too much for one person to handle. And I feel like that's why you had the reaction that you did. And I feel like that's why if this person, not this Queen of Pentacles reversed, but if this other person kind of mucks about with you, they may be doing it feeling like, this is the kind of energy that I'm picking up. It's almost like this person may have let's say, for example, this Queen of Pentacles is this person's sister or their sibling, and it's like, and they're trying to like blame you for being interested in them when in actuality it's the other way around. And I feel like they may use that to take advantage of you. So, I think we're going to get some advice on that one. Hold on. Can we get some advice for Libra Sun advice? Wow, look at this. We have the Three of Swords with the Mother of Pentacles. It's the Queen of Pentacles, but it's upright. So, the advice. I feel like it's time for you to let something, it's almost like let a new day begin. It feels like there is actually maybe a lot of bitterness and resentment that you're holding on to right now, and I feel like you don't want to admit that to yourself. It feels like it's almost this mentality of having given up. And I feel like there's this message that you're not giving up. You may be giving up one thing, you may be giving in on something, but you're not actually giving up. And I feel like in letting yourself give up on something rather than everything, it's almost like in doing that, it does feel very somber in the moment, but it's almost like, but then you're going to notice you don't have that heavy feeling that's trailing behind you. It's almost like you feel like you should feel sad, but you don't, because you've cut loose something that it's almost like it was feeding off of you. You know what I mean? Like some sort of parasite, and it was draining the life force out of you and cutting it off. It's like you're slowly able to regenerate. So, for those of you with your moon in Libra, we have the Star, which of course, is the Aquarius card, but it is reversed. And the deck is, it is upright, so. I feel like when this person comes in, you're going to look at them like they're just going to be more of the same. They're more trouble, they're more of the same, it's just more nonsense. And I feel like this person, they may come in acting like they're all sweet and they're all nice and they're going to be so great to you, but they're doing it under the guise of like, they're going to come in and pretend like they're everything that you need. But they're not. They're just doing it to get something out of you. There's definitely an ulterior motive here. And what is, what I'm kind of being drawn to here is that this kind of melancholy energy that you're in. Sorry, there's just something there. It actually seems to kind of save you from this person, because it's like they're trying to come in and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, and like all sympathetic and everything, but actually it's just all an act. But because you're feeling kind of so disconnected emotionally, whatever game this person tries to come in and run on you, it doesn't work because you're not ready to connect with anybody. And I feel like it's the energy of somebody that's going to like pursue you and pursue you and pursue you and then be like, fine, you're a total loser anyway. I don't even, you know what I mean? And then they totally flip the script and talk about how terrible and worthless you are. And I feel like your energy is like, yep, that sounds about right. Not that you believe that you're worthless, but that this person turning on you like that, like, that sounds about right, as, you know, when compared to your experiences with other humans recently, that sounds like it's in line with that other garbage that you've had to deal with. So, we're going to pull another card on this person. We got one more card. Seven of Wands. They're protecting somebody else. I feel like there's somebody else here that has some sort of vendetta against you. And it actually feels like this other person that's going to come in and try to pretend like they're going to be there for you, they seem to feel that they're going to be able to come in and kind of subvert some sort of situation, or like, maybe not supplant, but it's like they think that they can stop something else from happening. I feel like there may be a different offer coming in for you, and this person is trying to stop that from happening. It's almost like they're trying to get their claws into you first somehow. Oops. Can we get some advice? Because what the heck? What does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know? And can we get some advice? Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed and Eight of Wands upright as what you need to know. And then the Father or King of Pentacles reversed for some advice. So this person is coming in because it's like maybe they've heard something about your reputation and how you treat people, which, newsflash, is good. And so they kind of feel like they're going to be able to come in and mistreat you and still get what they want. I don't know why, okay? It doesn't mean that you have the reputation of being a doormat. It just feels like from the stories this person has heard about you, they feel like they're going to be able to manipulate you quite easily, which I kind of want to flip them off. I'm not going to lie. That makes me really angry. But I'm going to try to, so that might come across in the way that I kind of explain things, but just letting you know. So I feel like you're going to know this person because they won't shut up. Again, there's my attitude coming through, okay? I feel like this person is somebody that just talks and talks and talks and talks constantly, right? It's like they don't even talk about anything in particular. It's almost like, I want to say, if you didn't know any better, you would think maybe they're just in some almost like a manic sort of energy. Like it's just talking and talking and talking about nothing or everything, or it's like, and they skip from topic to topic. And I feel like they're doing it to make you think that they're not as intelligent and as crafty and as, what's that other word? And as cunning as they are. I think they're not as smart as they think they are, but they're going to try to present as kind of like an airhead sort of energy. And I feel like actually you're going to see through it pretty easily. You're going to know because they won't shut up. And so the advice here is the King of Pentacles. So usually the King of Pentacles is an energy that is very steady. Someone that is a business person. There's someone that takes good care of their family. It's the Queen of Pentacles energy, but with the discipline of, from what I see it as, it's like, but with the business savvy of the King of Swords, from my perspective in this context. And so I feel like there's a message here that, okay, there's two ways that you can play this, and I'm going to let you figure out what you want because you're, a sovereign being and you make your own decisions. If you want to play this game with this person, just hear me out. I actually feel like you'll be able to draw out who this person really is if you pretend to be the King of Pentacles energy, someone that's very dependable, but then you become undependable and use this recent situation that's brought you down as an excuse to do so. And I feel like you're going to see this person's true character come out. They may be accommodating at first, but then they're going to get passive aggressive. Then they're going to start talking. Then they're going to start complaining. Then they're going to start saying like, oh, Libra does all this nice things for other people and they're treating me so badly. And it's like, and they're going to try to pretend like they're the victim. Meanwhile, everybody's looking at them like, yeah, but you went in there to take advantage of this person in the first place. So what? Anyway, I feel like the other thing is that if you kind of completely freeze this person out, it feels like that's maybe the less complicated option. But I feel like it actually, and of course, make your own decision, okay? I feel like in just ignoring this person, they just find a different person to prey on. But I feel like there's something, it's almost like if the people around you have a really high opinion of who you are and how you treat people, I feel like this person acting like a complete fool, in terms of like, what the cards were saying before, like they try to talk about you like you're this terrible person. I feel like it actually starts to make people look at them differently. And it's almost like in that way, it feels like you kind of end up serving this person some of their karma. It doesn't feel like it's just karma related to you. It feels like this person ends up getting a taste of their own medicine from the past. And I feel like they're gonna, it's almost this energy of like, they might cry, they might act like nothing's their fault. And I feel like all you have to do is just stare at them while they're going through that sort of thing. And it's like, you're gonna see them go through like sadness, anger, laughing, almost this kind of like, roller coaster of emotions within the same few sentences, right? And it's almost like you're looking at them like, whoa, like if it is an act what they're doing, you know, they belong in Hollywood. If it's not an act, this person is, you know, more erratic than you may have expected originally. So, Libra, for those of you with a Libra rising, so we have the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Cups and Six of Swords. Libra, I feel like, finally. So the Libra Sun and Moon, I don't know if you listened to those, but they maybe weren't the greatest people. But I feel like this person's actually really lovely. I feel like there's someone that has, they seem to have a similar, like almost a melancholic attitude to them, but I feel like they're coming out of it. You know what I mean? It's someone that has been in the energy that you're in, and they're far enough out the other side that they're kind of feeling like it's ready to, like they're ready to take that first step towards finding love. It's like maybe they were out to sea for a long time, obviously figuratively, I mean probably figuratively speaking. It's like they went on one of those, like, for example, this person went through a very tough time in their life, and they, you know, got a sailboat and they sailed around the world, just being on their own, just finding a way to recover, you know, in the waves, if you will. And I feel like something has sparked them to come back to shore. And I feel like it's because they know you, they need to find you. Even if they don't know you, it's like they've just feel like they're being drawn back to, you know, dry land, if you will. And I feel like they're going to be kind of on this mission for you. Feels like they might not really even know you, but they'll know who you are when they see you. You know what I mean? It's like they'll know that you are the person that they've been looking for when they see you. But I feel like you may not see them. Not initially anyway. It feels like when you talk to this person, you'll know them because it'll feel like the first time that you've been actually seen by another human in such a long time. It might make you feel overwhelmed with emotion. Like if ever you have felt that feeling of feeling unseen, feeling like people don't get you, feeling totally alone, and then you meet somebody that's able to kind of capture something about you without you having to find a way to explain it or simplify it for them, that they just get it, and you can see in their eyes that they get it. It feels like it just kind of breaks something. Like when I say break something down, it means break down some sort of wall in you that you've had to build up in order to survive, in order to kind of cope with what's been going on. And this person, they really do get it. You know, some people are like, oh yeah, I get that, but they're just, you know, maybe they understand what you're trying to say, but they haven't been there. So there's certain elements of it that they may not quite capture accurately. That's not the case with this person. They really do get it. And it's almost like when they meet you, they seem to feel like, oh, this is why I came back to shore. This is why. So I think we're going to, we're just going to pull a card. It feels like there's something that you're either holding back on or you need to know. We have the Chariot. Okay. Listen, Libra, I can't tell you what to do. I can only read what I see in the cards. But I am going to say the advice that's here. There is a message that because you've been in this tough energy for so long, that when this person arrives, you'll still be in that melancholy energy so much that it's like, well, oh my God, this is going to make me cry. Well, it may feel good in that moment to be seen because you're so used to being let down. I feel like it's almost this energy of like, well, yeah, that was nice, but it's like you don't expect it to happen again. You don't expect to feel that feeling again, right? It's like you're so used to people treating you the way that they have, that when someone comes along and has genuinely good intentions, it may be difficult for you to respond. And I feel like there's this message that it's like you're going to know that there's something different about this connection, and it will be up to you to not let it pass you by. And I feel like some of you may do it to punish yourselves. And it's almost like you're so used to people kind of screwing you over that at this point it's like, well, I'll just do it it's like this subconscious thing of like, well, I'll just, how do I describe it? It's like when people are used to being abandoned. So when they meet people that they really enjoy, they end up finding a way to leave that person first before that person can leave them. It's that type of an energy that you may fall into, or that you may kind of think. And I actually feel like you're going to be cognizant of that. I feel like you're going to be aware that that might be what you're doing. And I feel like some of you are going to feel like you can fight through that, and others of you may not. You know, we're all at, different places. We've all had different experiences. And I feel like hold on for a second. It feels like you'll be given a chance to make that right. It's almost like you're going to have this is kind of how I see the interaction between the two of you going. It's like they're going to make you feel seen. You feel seen, and then later on you're kind of like, oh, well, yeah, but that probably won't happen again. But it's like, but then there's this kind of spark in you that's like, something's different here. And if you choose to follow that, I feel like there might be the potential for something to happen here. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is your person, this is your twin flame, this is your forever soulmate, right? Because that's not something I can read into. That's based off of the decisions and mutual agreement between two humans who have to constantly make that decision, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say that. I do feel like the two of you may be very healing for each other. I'm just not so sure that it will be a forever long term. It doesn't mean that it won't be. It doesn't mean that it will be. I just can't really see that. It just feels like I'm going to be honest with you here, Libra. I actually feel like that energy of feeling that it's like, Jesus, who hurt you? I don't know whoever this person is or what they did to you, but they really did a number on you. Because I feel like the reason that energy of like, oh, it's probably not long term, I don't think that's coming from the whole thing. I think that's coming from you. And I feel like it's going back to that energy of like, when you finally feel seen by this person, you then kick into an energy of like, okay, yeah, but that'll probably never happen again. And like, oh, this person may be a really viable option. Like the two of you may be a good match. But I feel like, but then you kick into like, okay, but yeah, probably won't last. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you should just think everything's perfect, because you can't be hurt in the way that you are. And then, for me to sit here and say like, oh, well, just da-da-da-da-da, like that's diminutive to what you've suffered through. So let me say it like this. Changing that mindset and how you perceive your experiences with the world doesn't have to start with immediately flipping a 180. So instead of, oh, it probably won't last, to this is my forever person, maybe let's start with like neutral, right? And just be like, okay, I really have enjoyed my interactions with this person so far. Period. That's it. It doesn't have to be, and like, listen, if there was an overthinking Olympics, I would be like Michael Phelps with all the medals, okay? So I'm the first person to say that I overthink things to, within an inch of their life. However, the message here is you don't have to do that to yourself. And I feel like that's kind of stopping yourself from assuming that things are going to happen bad. Doesn't mean you live with Pollyanna syndrome. It just means that you just take things as they are instead of, I'll take this as it is and then assume I'm going to lose it later. So we're going to move on to those of you with your Venus in Libra. We have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm just going to move this over. I feel like this person, it's almost like they get on your nerves at first. They're kind of annoying. There's something about them. It's like they try to use a fake superiority complex as humor. And I feel like at first you're like, oh, for God's sakes, this person. But you may feel like that at first, but they grow on you. And I feel like you're looking at me like, no, they won't. Yes, they will. And I feel like you end up really kind of embracing this person's energy. It doesn't mean, that things kick off right away or anything like that, or even that it turns into a full-blown, committed exclusive relationship, if that's what you're looking for. It feels more like there's something about this person's almost kind of like bubbly, not even bubbly, hold on. There's something about this person's energy that seems to make you feel, oh my God, here come the waterworks. I feel like being around this person, there's something about them that makes you realize that you haven't been happy in a long, long time. And there's something about their energy that makes you want to open yourself towards being happy. Not to this person making you happy, okay? But it feels more like it's just something that, like, you remember how good it feels to feel joy. Because it's something that's been, deadened inside you to cope with what happened. And I feel like there's something, this is I think, something that you really enjoy about this person. I feel like they are very quick on their feet and they're very intelligent. And it's like, and if somebody is trying to act like they're better than everybody, this person has a sense of humor that not everybody understands. So it's like they're able to kind of find a way to, let's say, for example, someone's talking about how great they are and they have all these degrees and all this money and they go da-da-da-da-da, right? You know, that kind of person that all they want to do is talk about themselves. And so this one will come in and it's like they seem to be savvy enough to find ways to kind of either pull at the reality this other person is trying to weave or almost to kind of mock them a little bit. It's like they're able to call them out in a way that makes this person not feel called out. And I feel like you get it. And there's something about you really perceive that this person is like very intelligent. It feels like this is someone you could have a discussion with where it would feel like it's a meeting of the minds for you. And I feel like for someone that has felt disconnected from people in a meaningful way for a while, feeling like you can have an intellectual connection with somebody, it feels like it's like a safer first way to start building connections with people rather than connecting with them emotionally. And I feel like this person is is maybe a lot smarter, not just intellectually, but also emotionally. And I feel like they're able to find ways to kind of, it's almost like they can, let's say, for example, your heart has all these doors and they've all been like locked and double bolted and they've got all the things on them, right? It's like this person is able to distract you while they kind of pick the lock and they're able to open the door. And it's like you're half expecting all of this stuff to come pouring out, but when you open the door, it's not what you think it is. Or at least when this person picks the lock and the door is opened. I actually feel like this person is able to help you conceptualize a lot of what's happened to you from a very different perspective. And they're able to reframe a lot of things for you by, and it doesn't mean necessarily that you're having these like deep, open conversations about everything that's happened to you. I feel like it's not just going to be in one-on-one conversations. It's like when you realize how much insight this person has. Let's say, for example, somebody else was talking to this person about a problem that they were having. There are levels of wisdom that this person carries that are beyond their years. And I feel like you're able to see that. And it's almost like you're able to, oh my God, you're so cute. You're able to ask these kind of like, to other people, it would be seemingly innocent questions, or it would be questions to like further define what this person is trying to say to the other one with the problem. And I feel like this person knows that you're asking about you. And it's like they'll answer in a way that would respond to this person and then be like, but it's also important to note. And then they'll talk about the situation with you. And you know that they are. Maybe you won't know at first, but you're going to realize it. And I feel like then it makes you feel really close to this person. So, I feel like we're just going to pull a little clarifier here for some advice. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and then the Page of Wands. It feels like if you listen to the singles part of the read rather than just the new love, the beginning part of it, it was talking about how you feel like you've been aged by the sorrow that you've been faced with, that you've had to carry. It feels like this person makes you feel like you've, taken a dip in the fountain of youth. It feels like they make you feel young again somehow. And it's almost like it doesn't feel like it's anything, it doesn't feel like you have to be around this person at every minute of the day, or you need this person in your life in that moment to feel that young. There's something, it's almost like you have been primed somehow to, it's almost like this is what it feels like. So many of the lights have been shut off inside your house for so long that it's almost like when the lights are turned on, when this person's able to help you reframe things, I feel like you're able to have that feeling of feeling young again, regardless of what happens between the two of you. So I'll leave it there. I know this has been really long. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will have the mini weeklies coming out this weekend, so please keep an eye out for those, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.